Hey guys, welcome to your 6th Android tutorial. In this tutorial I'm just going to be showing you guys how to make a basic Android application and show you the resources that you have. To begin, just click on this and go to Android Application Project, hit Next. We're just going to name this Android Tutorials. Let's put Dev Club for our package. The API level stands for what phone type you're using. I run 2.2. I'm going to do API 8. My target SDK, I'm also going to be setting to 2.2. And I'm going to compile it with 2.2. Here I can pick a theme. I'm going to go with none. And then we're going to hit next. Unclick the custom launcher icon. If you have it clicked, you're just going to go to this, and it's really not needed. It's just auto-generated. This is if you want to customize it, but we're not doing that in this tutorial. So just hit create activity, go to next, blank activity, make sure create activity is clicked, and we'll name our main activity main. As you can see, we have a lot of resources just generated for us when we create an Android project. So to begin, this source folder actually contains our package that has our Java code on it, so this will be important. We might as well just open up our code. This is the default for Java. In our tutorials, when we were talking about activities, this is how we make one. It extends the activity. What essentially is happening, it's on create, it's referencing the superclass, and then setting the main view of this to be our XML layout sheet. Our layouts are actually under this folder that's already open. When we double click on this, it's actually right here, and you have two ways to view this. You can view it with just the XML code or the graphical layout. In this gen folder right here, we just have some generated files, and we actually just don't mess with these much, so you can just kind of ignore these folders for now. This assets folder is things that we don't have inside of these res folders, which is like images, music, animation, layout files, strings, themes, and all these kinds of things are in the res, and this is just miscellaneous stuff. The Android manifest is down here, and this is very, very, very important to our application. When we spoke about permissions for phones, you can add them here, or you can add them in the actual XML here. This is what the layout, not the layout, where all services, activities, certain things we can set up within here are requirements for devices. So you can require users to have a touchscreen in order to use your application, and we can do the versioning of our application here. So when we release different versions, we just bump it up to 1.1 or 1.2 or whatever we're releasing. When we want to run our application, so essentially what's happening here is our main Java code is connecting to this XML, and since it takes not a lot of XML to create a really basic layout, basically Java pulls this XML file as a resource and puts it on the screen. So in order to do that, we need to have an emulator to run it. We can either run these applications on the computer using an emulator, or we can hook our phones up to the computers and run the application on our phones. To create a new emulator, we go to Window and the Android Virtual Device Manager, I already have some created, but in order to show you how to do them, go to New, and we're just going to put Tutorial Emulator. And we can change different things, like we can have different devices. If you look, these are actually tablets, and then it goes down to the small phones. So we'll just do like an average size phone. We're just going to hit 2.2 because that's what our application is built at. We can have memory restrictions here if we're testing an application that has saving to the SD card. We can have the cameras. We have snapshots you can take and go ahead and do that. Underscore, it can't be separate, it can't be in a space. Sorry about that. Hit OK. And we've created our emulator. And now we can exit off that and run our application. So hit this green button right here. It's pretty slow, so in order to save some time, we can actually let that run in the background. Just to show you guys the Android website, if you go to Home, to find that API guide I was using, go to the home, which is developer.android.com, go to Develop, go to API Guides. I misspoke in my first tutorial. When I showed you guys this website, it's actually under API Guides, not Reference. And in order to get that bundle, go here. So develop then tools and download this bundle. This bundle will actually look like this. And you have the different tools and stuff you can use. This is the website that I showed you guys when I was running it just on my computer. It's actually in that bundle under SDK, Docs. You find Index, and it's actually the website itself, just on my computer. I think it was really nice for them to do that. Alright guys, some more tools. I'll go back into that and go to tools. Some tools that we have are, do you remember me talking about what Monkey is? Monkey is pretty much just a random, it's an application used to test your application. So it runs through and like touches screens in all kinds of random ways and smashes buttons and pretty much just thoroughly tests your application in order for you to find your errors. There's this Draw 9 patch which we can use to edit buttons, and there's another tool in here that actually creates different sized images for the different screen resolutions that we'll be working with. So on large phones we use large images, on medium-sized phones we use a smaller image, and on a small phone we use a really small version of an image, so that way like phones don't resize the image and it looks pixelated or it looks bad. Instead, there's different resources you can have to poll for different screen sizes. So this is the website, and this is where you can download that bundle. Our emulator is still setting up. Oh, to make that icon set, that tool I was speaking about, we actually go to File, New, go to Other, this Android icon set, right here. And then we can make these for our applications. Or we can just use an image, browse one from our own resources. But we don't have to worry about that now. As soon as our emulator is up, I'll show you guys some of the features of that, and we can finish up this tutorial. And in the next tutorial, we're going to start going over the different types of layouts that we can use with Android. So we're going to begin with linear layout. Alright guys, our emulator is all set up. Now, if you see, this is the actual application running on the emulator. If we use these buttons, we can navigate. You see it says hardware keyboard. I'm actually using my keyboard to type. So let's hit home. But yeah, this is the basic Android phone emulator. If we go here into our actual application and we go down, you'll find our application up top right here under Android tutorials, and we can launch it. And there's our application again. So that is all the time that we had today for this first tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial where we begin working on layouts. See you guys then.